Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video, I'm going to take a look at Demon Hunter in Ashes of Outland. I'm going to take a look at the Demon Hunter cards a little bit. Demon Hunter is getting tons of new cards because the whole class is new. It's getting 45 new cards. So I won't go through every single card, but I'm going to look at some of the most busted cards, and there are some really busted cards for Demon Hunter. And I'm going to look at a bunch of theorycrafted decks that I have built for Demon Hunter for the new expansion. If you enjoy content like this, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get notifications when new videos come out. I have already created videos of this type for every class in the game. You can find them on the channel. And now let's start looking at these Demon Hunter cards, because Demon Hunter is getting some absolutely totally broken stuff in the expansion and even in its initiate sets. Battlefiend. So that's the best aggro 1-drop in the game. Casually arriving has a common 1 mana 2/2 demon. After a hero attacks, gain +1 attack. Okay. Priest of Fury. That's a mini Ragnaros. Some might even say that it's better than Ragnaros. 7 mana 6/7 demon. At the end of your turn, deal 6 damage randomly split among all enemies. So if there's no minions, all of that is going to face, and if there's like small minions on the board, then they will all die. Maybe. It might also go all face even in that case. Who knows? It's Hearthstone. Then Kain Sun Fury, 4 mana 3/5 charge. All friendly attacks ignore taunt. Yeah. If face plays taunt, you still go face. Literally. This time. And Metamorphosis, 5 mana spell, swap your hero power to deal 5 damage. After 2 uses, swap it back. 1 mana deal 5 damage, hero power. Yeah, this class is just totally nuts. And it doesn't even end there. Then there's Imprisoned Antaean, one of the dormant minions that I like. I don't like many of the dormant minions. I think having delayed stuff is typically bad in this game, but 5 mana for 10/6 demon, dormant for 2 turns. When this awakens, deal 10 damage randomly split among all enemies. So if the board is empty when this wakes up, 10 damage goes to face. And if the board is not empty, well, it will be empty when this wakes up. And then there's still 10/6 body that the opponent has to deal with, plus your turn. Like what? And Coilfang Warlord, 8 mana, 9/5 rush with a death rattle to summon a 5/9 with taunt. So first you kill something and then you get a 5/9 with taunt. For 8 mana. What? I mean, Ancient of War is a 7 mana 5/10 taunt. Yeah. And Skull of Gul'dan. Get 4 mana to draw 3 cards. So it costs 5, draw 3 cards, Outcast reduce their cost by 3, so you can get up to 9 mana in mana reduction from the cards that you draw. What? And then Altruist the Outcast. Altruist the Outcast, by the way, is from the Initiate set. This one is free, despite that legendary gem in it. This one is for everyone. After you play the left or rightmost card in your hand, deal 1 damage to all enemies, and that includes face. And then you have Skull of Gul'dan. And then you have cards that are free, and then you play Altruist, and then you play free cards. And Altruist is just going to kill everything. Like... yeah, it's fun to be a new class. What about the actual decks that you can build with all these fun new cards? Well, you can build a pure aggro Demon Hunter. If you really don't want to spend too much time in the game and you just want to kill people very quickly, then you want to go for pure aggro. The curve on this deck tops out at 5 with the Skull of Gul'dan and Metamorphosis and Claymore Adept. And ideally you play Battlefiend on 1, into Unbowing on 2, into Satyr Overseer on 3, and off you go. I'm not really sure about Satyr Overseer. It puts on a bunch of stats but pretty low health, so it's fairly easy to wipe with all sorts of removal spells. But on this pure aggro deck, you want to get that best curve. You want that. You want to be good and just kill people without giving them a chance to play cards. That's fun. And if you fail to do so immediately, well, you have Altruist the Outcast in this one too. So then you can just get those really cheap cards and just assassinate the entire board. And when you go face, Frenzied Fellowing is still there. You can play even more stuff on the board really quickly. Claybound Adept, Battlecry can go face. Metamorphosis, hero power that can go face. Even if there's taunts on the board. And when you have Kain, even if there are taunts on the board, who cares? You can still go face. And of course Maiev Shadowsong. There has to be one card that's not a Demon Hunter card in the deck, and that's just to make a taunt go away if you haven't drawn Kain yet. Seems good. If you want to watch your victims suffer a little bit longer, then you could play like a mid-range Demon Hunter. This deck doesn't have quite as explosive of a start, but it does have Battlefield, it does have Unbowing, so it can still do pretty explosive things at the start. But then Imprisoned Antean, so get that huge tempo swing. Priestess of Fury, get that Ragnar style effect, killing stuff. Coilfang Warlord, remove stuff, get big stuff on the board. So this has a bit more punch at the top end. A little bit slower, but with more punch so that you'll be able to finish the job. Or if you just like big stuff, then you could go for something like a big Demon Hunter. This is probably weaker than the aggro and mid-range versions, but this one tries to control the board a little bit more. You have tools like Immolation Aura, that's 2 damage to all minions. You have tools like Chaos Nova, 4 damage to all minions. So you have some tools to control the board early on. Then you can discount your big demons with Skull of Gul'dan and with Raging Fell Screamer. Battlecry, the next demon you play costs 2 less, you don't even have to play it on the same turn. And then you can play some big demons and you can soul split them. So Priestess of Fury, soul split that Priestess of Fury. That's 2 priestesses. Stuff just starts dying. So you can do that if you like really big things. Or if you can't decide what you like, then you can play your Highland Demon Hunter and you can just do all of it. You can kill people quickly sometimes, you can kill people in the mid game sometimes, you can kill people in the late game sometimes. And if the Demon Hunter cards aren't broken enough for you, then you can use Zephyrus the Great and Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, so that you can be even more broken. I don't know how that's possible, but this list just looks like it could be possible. Then again, Demon Hunter also looks pretty promising for budget players, because let's say you don't have any of those fancy legendary cards. Well, here is a deck without any legendary or epic cards, other than the ones that come from the Demon Hunter prologue. So Altruist Outcast and I-Beam and Wrathspike Brute, they are all from the Initiate set. You all got them for free, so they are available. This has a bunch of rares from Ashes of Outland. Antean, Gul'dan, Priestess, Coilfang Warlord. But still, this sort of mid-range deck, I think, seems relatively simple to build on a budget for Demon Hunter, because then you're less reliant on stuff like Kain or stuff like Metamorphosis, which are really good to end the games if you're playing the aggro list. So if you build the aggro list on a budget, okay, it might still be good, but it would be weaker than the aggro list on full cost. Whereas this sort of more mid-range approach, this gives you a lot of these power cards which are all rares, so they are all available, and doesn't miss the legendaries as much. Obviously, budget decks are something that can really only be built once the meta is known, but I decided to try to theorycraft something. Try to keep it cheap, try to keep something that can be played on day one if you don't have a lot of cards. So, that's Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter looks completely busted. There are so many incredibly strong cards for the class. I have not had a chance to play the class myself yet, of course, because I'm not one of Blizzard's chosen, but these cards, they just look really, really strong. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.